Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano, and with smartphones getting better and better, only at $100, you're able to get a ton of features for a really low cost. We're gonna take a look at some of the features that the BLU VIVO X6 does have to offer. So without any further ado, make sure you hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. And we're gonna take a look at this thing and see what it has to offer. But in the meantime, make sure you stay locked into the channel, and I'll see you guys right after these quick messages. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Serrano, and the purpose of this video is to talk about all the features that this thing has to offer, tips and tricks, hidden features, and everything we can actually muster up underneath the hood from this thing. So that's not enough. You're gonna get sick of the wallpapers that it comes with. So when you long press right here and just go to the wallpapers, you'll see that I've added my own here. It doesn't come with that wallpaper. It comes with these ones right here below. But what you want to do is actually go into the Play Store here, QHD Wallpapers, and you can see it's going to offer a large selection of wallpapers, and I found that they all looked really cool. Like this one's kind of sick. I think you just download that right there. And then once you hit download, you'll go into right here where it says files, and then you'll just go into images right here, and then you'll go into QHD wallpapers, and then you'll go right click at the top, use as, and then use as wallpaper, and then you could set wallpaper as home screen, lock screen, or both, but we're just going to set up the home screen like that. So as you can see, that wallpaper looks really sick. Now, another thing you might have noticed is that my Google feed is dark right here, and also that the Play Store is dark, and also you might have noticed that my Instagram is dark as well, which is kind of crazy. So what you want to do is basically what you want to do is download this second app that I definitely would recommend called Dark Mode. Basically, you could set it to day mode, night mode, or auto. And a lot of the apps that you were already using will be dark, which is kind of crazy. So you go into messages right here, and you can actually get better messages right here over Wi-Fi, which is nuts when you update. But then when you click right here, you can actually enter the dark mode on your messages too. So you would just enable that there, which is nuts, because now you're gonna have dark mode in your messaging app. You just long hold the screen, and then you go into home settings, and what you're going to do is tap change icon shape right here. I have it set to teardrop, but you could set it at square, circle, or squarecle, which is kind of crazy. But like you can see right here, the icon shape will actually change to like a squarecle, which is kind of sick. So that's pretty cool if you want to change your icon shape. Another really cool thing is when we're still in home settings, if you didn't want to have an app tray, as you do see right here, you just long hold home settings again, and you can go to home screen style, and you can make it the single layer mode, which will make it sort of like the iPhone interface where there's no app tray. All your apps just wind up being on the home screen. If you like it that way, you could have it that way too. So that's actually pretty cool that you get that option. You can also change the desktop to actually up to 6 and up to 5 columns and 6 rows, which is cool. And you get a dynamic icon, so you can actually make these a little bit more make them stand out more. Also, when you go to this option, when you pull down, it'll actually pull down the notification shade when you do that, or just slide with 2 or 1 to make it just go down once. Another really cool thing that they did was when you swipe down, they have here screen capture, and they also do have long screenshot built right into the menu to save Instagram or anything like that. So what you can do is just go to screen capture, and then you can just hit the record button right there, and then when you hit that, it's going to record audio as well. You could also draw right there, but let's just hit this button, and now it's recording. You could even put the paint tool on and draw like across it, or like, you know, like anywhere you wanted to, and then you could hit stop, And then, you know, like once you go back, you could see the files here at the top. So you would go open up files and hit that again. And now you can see that you have that option right there to like screen capture, video capture, like whatever you so desired. You could even move this out of the way to the top if that was gonna like get in the way. But that's how you would actually do like a screen capture, which is actually pretty sick. And then if you were to do a long screenshot, you could just do the same thing. Let's say you wanted to capture multiple things, then you can start here, and then it'll start to scroll as you're taking your screenshot, and you could kind of get multiple objects on the screen while it's doing its thing right there. Then just stop it in its tracks where you so see fit, and then just go into files so you can actually see it now. And now you're gonna get that screenshot right there with all that information, and you could zoom in on it too, and just it's saved there as as a file, which for like, you know, saving it and everything like that. Another really cool thing is when you're taking a selfie, you could add blur by moving it up to f1.0. When you move it all the way down to f11 or f16.0, it's gonna remove all the blur from the selfie. But once you move it up, you're gonna add blur to the photo, which is really cool. You also get this beauty mode, which works really good in the nighttime. Let's say like you need more light, you can use the beauty mode, and you do get flash. So if you decide that you wanted to add more light, you do get that option as well. You can rotate the image to make it mirror what it sees. You have this AI mode right here, which will auto detect, and right here it'll adjust, when you smile, it actually takes a picture. So let me see if that works. Okay, so you can see when you smile, it actually took a picture. Let's just see how that looked. And that actually came out really good. But I think that's cool because sometimes your hands are free and you don't want to touch the phone. Turn this on for locations. You can turn this capture mode on. When you tap the screen, it'll take the picture for you just by tapping it instead of hitting any button. And now you can see we have professional, but the only thing is that you can't control the autofocus on this mode, only the contrast, saturation, white balance. And I think this is cool because you could change the whole color tone of different objects, which is nuts. And then this is more of like controlling the sharpness. So this is actually the autofocus, which is kind of cool. Make it a little bit sharper when you put up to level 3. But I think these features are actually pretty good for a $99 phone on the cameras. Now, another thing that I really like about this phone is when you go into settings right here, what you're gonna do is click My Devices. You got Face ID, battery modes. So when you hit Face ID, you can actually register your face right here. And all you have to do is set up a pin. Hold on, let me put more light on my face. Oh wait, actually that worked. It says setup is complete. Welcome to the use of Face ID. It worked. Let's lock the screen and okay. That actually works really fast. Right here, we're gonna be greeted with normal power savings, which will change the limit power consumption. Extreme mode right here, which will actually, you can select apps that you only want to use, and then you actually get your apps are running normal. If you use too much battery, your phone will take action, which is kind of cool. So then you get battery manager, which will detect when apps are draining, and it'll take advantage of that built-in feature, which will automatically help you with your device. You also can set up your fingerprint, which I've already done. So let me just show you how fast it works. My fingers right here now. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that one more time. So you can see it's actually pretty responsive. After like a second, it unlocks. So that's pretty cool. But besides that, they do have new navigation mode right here. So right here, you get the option to remove these buttons and just do gestures, which is really cool. You can also slide upward twice to get full screen right here. And you can add these little panel things down below if you did so desire to have. When you go to more options, go to smart gestures. And then when you go right here to swipe up on home button, now you can get the access to your most recent apps with this toggle here. So you just swipe up once like that, and then now it's just gonna bring you to your most recent apps. But then if you swipe up again, it takes you to your app drawer. So that's actually pretty cool if you wanted to have that there, or you could remove it. I know a lot of stock Android devices, they don't even give you that feature where you can actually choose between the two. So I think that's pretty cool that you can actually add that or remove it from the settings option. So definitely think that's a cool feature. You could also enter multitasking mode just by pressing any icon and then hitting split screen, and then it'll take you to the app that you want to use in split screen, like Play Store or Spotify or anything. If you can't find the app, just slide up again right here and then go to your app tray and you could choose it from here, which is pretty cool. You can jump to your camera, with the click of 2 taps on there. You could jump straight to the camera. You could also swipe up on home button, which we just did. Shortcut to prevent ringing would be holding the volume up and the power button together. So you would just, let me unlock it. You would just hold the power up and power button, and now my phone is says no calls or notifications will come in via the sound. You also do get this option where you can put a button right here, which will give you search, home, back, and menu. But when you can mess around and customize those to any one of these 4 options and change them to your liking when you hit it. So right here, you're gonna see that you do have apps. So you hit it one more time and these are your 4 options there. But when you see these apps that you do have right here, you can change all 4 of these to any apps right here. So you could change any 4 of those to to be a shortcut, which I think is pretty cool if you wanted to have that suspended option and get some more usability with one hand. I think that's pretty cool. Now, if you're hard of seeing, turn on high contrast text, which will make some of the text bold so you can see it better. You also can put this button right here to end phone calls or not, and then you can remove animations. So when you're going from screen to screen, you're going to be able to see 0 stutters. So you can remove animations and have this thing just fly from screen to screen if you did want that option to be on as well, which I definitely think is pretty cool. Because one more smart feature for the gestures is smart motion. So this one is when your device is picked up, when it starts ringing, it'll soften when you pick up the phone. Also, you can mute the phone call by flipping the phone over in the front of it, which is basically when the screen is down. And you can mute alarms by flipping the phone as well. There's also a hotspot on this thing as well if you like to use that feature. Go down to display, you're going to see that you're going to be able to change the brightness as well as the warmth of the how cool the screen will be. Let's just keep it in the middle. You can also mess around, change the font size, the display size as well, where the text will show up, and you can make it larger or smaller. I kind of keep it in the middle. You see we got the wallpapers now. When you can also adjust this to make it so the screen doesn't cut off when you're using it in the middle of doing something. You can also add a screensaver, clock, colors, photo frame, or photo table. Alright, so that's how it would look when it's charging. You always have the time, date, and day as well, which is really cool. Now, a lot of people don't like the notch. They might want to get rid of it. You have that option. You also do get ambient display, so when your notifications are coming in, the phone will wake. So you could definitely turn that on to see your notifications when they come in. You have a notch right here, so you can hit this option to completely remove the notch, or just keep as is and get more screen real estate. Sound is going to be all here, where you can change your ringtones. You can tap to get sound or not. dial tones and everything like that. I leave dial tones off, but you can see you got your ringtones, and they give you a couple to choose from. It's called Bass Booster, and this one is always really good for when I'm listening to Bluetooth headphones, and you can actually customize the sound. You can see that since I'm connected to Wi-Fi, it's gonna probably be done loading within a few seconds. So what I usually do is now that that's open, we usually just open Spotify from there. And once we have Spotify open, you can actually go into settings on Spotify, and right here where it says equalizer down below, you could just open that up, and now you got the equalizer. You could use that, and this is actually built into the phone a lot higher when you're listening to when you're listening to music. And this is usually how I would set it up, but that's another cool feature too. Now, in order to see what apps are doing what, you actually have to go into apps and notifications, which is weird, and then go into screen time right here, and then you would be able to see what apps have the most screen time or not. And that's how you would be able to tell like your overall screen time during the day. You can see 1 hour 30 minutes. A lot of the times you might be at work or in a meeting or something, and you just don't want to receive phone calls unless it's from a particular person. So you could go to exceptions right here, and you could go to calls and then allow calls from either anyone, from contacts only, from starred contacts only, or none. And then you could go right here to allow starred contacts, and then you could adjust who's on the starred contacts, and then also allow repeated callers. So if someone calls once and you don't want them to call twice, you could turn this off, and it won't let you receive the phone call, which is kind of cool. Under Smart Lock, we also have on body detection, so the phone will know when it's in your hand, and just when you pick it up, like out of your body, when it's on you and you unlock it, it's going to automatically stay unlocked because it's on you. And when you turn that off, it'll just automatically lock no matter what. This thing does show you the system storage only takes up 9.1 gigabytes, so it leaves plenty of storage left after the 64, which is really cool. And you could also turn on that Smart Manager right here. It says your storage is being managed by Smart Manager. So you just turn that on, and it'll manage your storage for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. On too. So I just lift to wake, and you can see right there I get my date, time, and day, along with my battery percentage down below as well. Now, definitely think this thing had a ton of features that I would use overall, and that I could definitely use. And for 99 bucks, honestly, I am really impressed with the camera on this thing, and also a lot of the features that it also has to offer. You also get like a built-in flashlight like all other phones, so you can like get to that really easy. And it's really cool. You also get to it right here, and you could just turn that on from the app, which is cool. Also, they do give you like radio right here, FM radio, and all you have to do is just plug in the headphone jack or whatever, and you just do that right up top right here. So when you do so, it's like gonna pull up the radio and whatnot. Where's my headphones? And you could see like the music is coming out of the headphones, and these are like the ones that came with it. That's actually pretty cool, because you could get like free music right from your phone. And you could even take it off the headphone mode. Once the headphones are in, you could take it off. And then you can actually record music from here. You could save music right from here, which is pretty sweet. So you could actually record music for free. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you guys did find it helpful. If you did, make sure you hit the like button so you can show your support and appreciation for more videos just like this. But I definitely appreciate every last one of you. You guys are the real MVPs. But make sure you ding the icon that looks like a notification bell so you can get notified for more videos just like this. And in the meantime, I'll check you guys out on the next video. But make sure you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, have a great night. Later, crew. Peace.